Can I ask you about the custody hearing? Because that seems to be where everything's coming from, right? No one's talking about the issue of the minor child and the crime that they're investigating, which is normal. But the custody hearing is just rife with details. And it looks like, you know, according to the mom, right, and a stepmom, they're getting close to charging the kid. What have you found out?
Yeah, so there were some really interesting statements that were coming from Chantel's lawyer as well, the stepmom's lawyer, in that custody case. So what they were saying was that it sounds like we're getting close to the point of charges. It's just a discussion of whether it's going to be federal charges or state. And there is a law where the federal law enforcement can pass a case like this over to the state law enforcement bodies to prosecute. You know, it is a difficult thing and a not standard thing to prosecute a juvenile in federal court. There are all kinds of restrictions, and you know, it might be a difficult case to fight because of that. But there is an issue there. Although there is a kind of legal precedent for doing that, the fact is that this murder, and I think we can call it that now, this murder seems to have occurred in international waters while that boat was sailing towards Miami. And so there is a question of jurisdiction. If they try to pass it over to state bodies, will, you know, Miami, for example, would they actually be able to prosecute if it wasn't in Miami, it was in international waters? So it may actually end up in federal court. But that is if they do decide to charge the 16-year-old stepbrother who, you know, according to these court documents coming out of the custody case, is a suspect.